letting you know that it's not going to be perfect, but at least you're making progress, right? So it's like progress over perfection. And so I am stumbling forward. I am recording these videos, and I know that. Hi guys, it's your girl Nicole and welcome back to the channel. As you know, I have challenged myself to show up on YouTube every day as I count down my move to Bali. In addition to sharing behind the scenes of all the things that I'm working on to get until I leave on December the 10th, I'll also be sharing with you things that I have been doing to generate my first $5,000 online. So that brings me to this video that I'm making. It's about 10:20 in the evening. I actually just got back home, and I got back home from promoting my business. I was invited to do a Facebook Live on one of the top kind of news outlets here in the Virgin Islands. And so I was fortunate enough to be invited to be a guest, and I was able to promote, tell the audience about who I am, and also to promote my business and promote my service and product offerings. And so this is just one thing that you can think about when you're trying to grow your business, launch your business, is tapping into your network or tapping into the resources that are close to you. Maybe you don't start, you don't go everywhere to start, but maybe you start close to home and build a nice audience that trusts who you are. And so that you're able to build that credibility as you start to expand. So I had the fortunate opportunity to be on the VI Consortium Network Facebook Live, where I was a guest on Women in Business, that is founded by Ruth King here in the Virgin Islands. And I was fortunate to be on a panel of a lot of great women, and actually women that are new entrepreneurs and business owners. So there's that. And so what I want to say about that as well is that in order to put yourself out there, in order to grow your business, you really got to put in some work. And so I spent the entire day packing today, as you saw yesterday, and then I had to get myself ready to get out of here to go to the studio in order to just get that 15-minute window on that Facebook Live that would essentially get me to an audience of potentially the entire Caribbean. And so, although I was tired when I was getting ready, I just had to do what I had to do. And so that's all part of the process, is really just kind of pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, doing things when you're tired. So today, what I want to drive home is the power of just kind of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, doing the things that you need to, even when you don't feel like it. Me showing up here and committing and being consistent in doing these videos, again, pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, because I know that from what I've seen, from what I've heard, from what I've experienced with working with people who have done this, is that if you just be consistent, everybody has a day one. And all I can say to myself is, I can't wait to see where I am 1 year from today. I'm really looking forward to that. And so if you feel like you want to be inspired to just kind of put yourself out there, take that step forward, use me as your guide. This is really exciting for me because my passion right now is really just helping and servicing others in the best way that I know how, in order to create some financial security financial stability, so that you can pursue your dream life. And normally, I don't necessarily care to be in front of the camera, but what I'm learning is that the more that I do it, the better and easier it's becoming, and I'm not so much in my head. And so just use me as your muse, use me as your example of what it looks like to just kind of step outside your comfort zone. Okay, guys. The other thing that I wanted to say is that this is not easy. Normally, I took a pause and I went and I looked at the video up until this point, and there are a lot of ahs and ums in here. And I just want to let you know that this is me literally putting one foot in front of the other, stepping completely out of my comfort zone, letting you know that it's not going to be perfect, but at least you're making progress, right? So it's like progress over perfection. And so I am stumbling forward. I am recording these videos. And I know that when I look at these videos, maybe 10, maybe a month, 2 months from now, they're going to be a lot less ums. They're going to be a lot less arms. And so I'm really looking forward to that day. But for now, if you're willing to stick with me as I as I fumble my way through these videos, again, just use it as inspiration for what it looks like to just start somewhere. The other thing that I wanted to touch on was something just crossed my mind and I forgot about it. The other thing I wanted to touch on was I know I mentioned that I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks of and things that I've been doing in order to show up online and make my first $5,000. The reason I'm doing that and the reason that I want you to follow my journey is so that so that when I do it, you then know that you can do it, right? I am not a digital marketer. My background is in finance. I'm not a real techie person, but what I do have is I have tenacity, I have drive, and I have consistency, and so I'm using those characteristics to apply to this mission, which is to figure out how to make my first $5,000. Notice I said my first because after I figure out that first five, I know that I'm going to be able to make more. And so I want you to be able to do the same thing. And I know a lot of the videos that we see out here are these nice, pretty buttoned up videos of people that, you have things done across a screen and overlays and all the things. I'm probably not going to be your person for that. But what I will do is I will share with you very transparently what the process is, exactly what it is that I'm doing, and how I'm getting to the goal that I set for myself. And so, again, if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, I think we need to get back to just this whole idea of just regular people doing regular things, showing up as themselves. And so that's really the niche that I want to be in because I don't I don't have the time, nor do I want to expend the energy in just having all these perfect little things in place, the perfect lighting, the perfect audio, the perfect background. I really want to live life fully and take you along the journey of what that looks like. Sometimes it's going to be pretty, sometimes it's going to be put together, and sometimes it's just going to be what it is. So, again, definitely like and follow, subscribe to the channel. Please check out my link in bio if you want to see how you can work with me. I have a community that is called the Freedom Chaser Club. And if you think that that's something you might be interested in, I also have some different service offerings where I help support people who are considering taking a sabbatical or even relocating to get their money and to get their mind right, because most people that plan to relocate and most people that desire, maybe they don't want to relocate, but maybe they desire just to have a little bit of rest in their life and take a sabbatical. Sometimes they don't understand what the finances are around that or how they can even make that possible for themselves. Because for me, my sabbatical, which I took in 2022, was really the catalyst for me deciding to kind of blow up my life as I knew it. I left my corporate job. And so now I'm getting ready to move to Bali, and I'm able to do that because I'm passionate now about helping others see that potential for their life. And if you feel that it's something that you might be interested in, just from a regular person here, then definitely hit link in bio. Cheers, guys.